Hello, my name is Jamie Lewis. I am the Cannabis Compliance Representative for the City of Adelanto. The purpose of this video is to take you through the second quarter 2021 special tax return. The reason this tax return is special is because during this second quarter, the tax rate changed. Therefore, we have to report a different tax rate for October 2020 only. Now, this return only applies to our manufacturers, distributors, testers, and transporters. Our retail operators already were paying a 3% during the period of October. Therefore, you'll want to utilize the standard quarterly tax returns that can be downloaded on our website. This return is only for operators who would have paid a 1% tax rate in October. So I'll just quickly take you through this form so that you can be sure to properly fill it out. You'll notice at the top of all of the new forms, there's now a little chart that shows you which quarter you're reporting in based on, the month or the period for which the taxes are due. Again, this is second quarter, which means we're reporting for October through December of any given year. So the first thing you'll want to do is please put your business name. This should correlate to what's on your approved permit. You'll want to include your business license number. This can be found at the top of your business license. If you do not have it, feel free to contact anyone in the Cannabis Compliance Department or the Planning Department, and we can be sure to help you out with that. The address. This should be an Adelanto address. What we want here is the physical location of your operation. And then lastly, the tax period. So for this one, I've gone ahead and already filled it out. This is for second quarter 2021. Now for box 1A, this is going to be your gross receipts for October only. So I have a fictitious business and I'm looking at the P&L statements, and for October we have a gross receipts of $100,000. Line 2 is any adjustments. This should only be filled out if you've spoken with a representative in our finance department who has instructed you to include a number on line 2. It's very rare that this will be anything other than a 0. And number 3, we're just subtracting line 2 from line 1, therefore it's still $100,000. Line 4 is where the tax rate gets calculated. Because in October, the tax rate hadn't changed, we want to reflect this 1%. And that's why it's so important that anyone who was paying a 1% tax rate prior to the change fill out this return so that you're not being charged the 3%. So 1% of $100,000, $100. And line 5 would be any credits. Again, very similar to line 2, only include a number here if you've been instructed to do so by our finance department. Oftentimes what you'll see here is, let's say you overpaid in a period after you have your audited financials done, and you notify our finance team and they say, okay, go ahead and report a certain dollar amount on line 5. Whenever there's a dollar amount there, you do have to submit backup documentation. So just definitely be mindful that this is a rare occurrence, but we do see sometimes a number on line 5. But for my fictitious business, it's going to be 0. And then line 6, we're adding line 4 and 5, so $100 is due for October. Box 1B. Now this is for November and December 2020 only. My fictitious business P&L shows $100,000 in gross receipts for each of those months. Therefore, it's a total of $200,000. Gross receipt adjustments is 0. And this is where the tax, or actually, I'm sorry, we're going to subtract anything on line 2. There's nothing there, so we put the 200,000. And then on line 10 is where the tax gets calculated. So this is 3% of $20,000, which is $6,000. No credits there. And so the tax is due for this 2-month period is $6,000. Now on line 13, you're going to want to add your October total tax due to your November, December tax due. So the total that this taxpayer is going to pay is $6,200. Important to note, this tax return will be turned in on time, which is prior to the last day of the month following the end of the quarter. So for the second period 2021, the due date is January 31st, 2021. And so if it's turned in on time, there's no penalty or interest assessed. Therefore, this will be the total amount due with this completed tax return. Speaking of completed tax returns, please make sure that you have completed this bottom section. It's very important. If we have any questions regarding the returns provided to the city, it's important to let us know who we can contact to clarify any information on these returns. Oftentimes this is the CFO or a CPA, or sometimes the business owner. So make sure you have their name printed here, their authorized signature, their title, the date that this form was completed, and the contact phone number. A note about the date. If this date, let's say we're completing it today, which is January 13th, 2021, but I don't submit it until February 15th, the date that the city will begin to accrue the interest and penalty is the day after January 31st. So even if this day is within the a reporting period, but we receive it late, you'll still get assessed that penalty. So what we look for is the timestamp. So when it's delivered to the city, when it's emailed to the appropriate representative along with the payment, that's when you'll get credit for a timely return. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions regarding how to complete this special second quarter 2021 return, please give me a call. My direct line here at the city is 760-780-8189. You can also contact anyone in the finance department or email us. All of our contact information is located on the city website. And again, this is only for second quarter 2021. Thank you so much for taking time to look at this tutorial, and we hope you have an excellent year. Thank you.